What's up, you guys? Godzilla fan freaks coming at you today with another figure review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the NECA Jungle Extraction Dutch figure from the movie Predator. Now, my personal opinion, this is probably the best Arnold Schwarzenegger look-alike, affordable figure that there is. Of course, you have some of the Hot Toys. I believe there is a Hot Toys Dutch, and there's a couple Hot Toys Terminators. But this guy is kind of getting a little more in the pricey range. He is kind of like in the anywhere in between 30 to $45, depending on where you can get it, depending on where you get him from nowadays. If you find him in stores or online like Amazon or eBay, he is a little bit one of the more pricier NECA figures. But still, if you want a good-looking Arnold Schwarzenegger figure, this is the one to go with right here. There is the final battle Dutch where he's all muddied, and then there's the other Dutch where he just has the green vest on and everything like that. But this one definitely takes the cake. Why, must you say? I just have to point out, not only is he all geared up with everything, he has the stogie or the cigar right in his mouth, which just puts the cherry on top for this figure. If you want a great Arnold Schwarzenegger figure, this is the one for you. This could be any Arnold Schwarzenegger from any action film. It could be Dutch from Predator, of course, like it is. It could be, an alternate, kind of look for, the film Commando or the many other action films Schwarzenegger has done. This is even the Terminator, maybe minus the stogie, but still, this is just an awesome Arnold Schwarzenegger figure and the only one that I need in my collection. He's my number one favorite actor. This figure just takes the cake. In my opinion, it is amazingly perfect. But let's let enough me blabbering about how awesome I love this figure. Let's get on to the review. Now, to start off here, we will look at paint job. Paint job with Dutch, very, very nicely well done. Just like we see him at the beginning of the film, he's all geared up, he's ready to go. And he's got the nice brown vest on right here, which is a nice kind of like a very dirt mud brown. And then, of course, you got a lot darker brown for the other vest that's going off here. You have some grenades that they are not detachable. They are they are part of the vest itself, but very nice army green. His gun is just, kind of a flat gunmetal black. Um, all of his casings on his sides for his knives and his guns, very nice, kind of like black leather. His pants, a very nice cameo color. His boots are kind of a mixture of a brownish and black. Very nicely well done. Hair is a very nice brown. Arnold, he's Caucasian, so very nice, but they do have some of the Army war face paint on in there. And then, of course, you got the stogie in his mouth, which is brown. Eyes are very nicely done. He does have a green vest underneath this brown vest that he is wearing. His gloves are, of course, black. Just overall, very nice paint scheme with this guy. Nailed it straight from the movie. Looks perfect. And then, of course, for his other weapons that are detachable and stuff in here, you have kind of like a gunmetal black and silver for the pistol, and then, of course, black and silver for this knife, and then black and silver for the machete knife down here on his leg. But I'll show you guys more of those when we get into his accessories. Next, as far as detail goes, amazing, amazing detail. The face sculpt on this guy is just fantastic. I hope this is showing up good on camera. Hopefully it's focusing. The face sculpt captures Arnold. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, this is Dutch from the Predator movie, but this could be any Arnold from any of his action films. I mean, this figure is just outstanding, and for him being my favorite actor, this figure is perfect for me. I just love it. Again, the stogie cigar in his mouth just puts the cherry on top. I cannot say that enough. It just gives this figure so much more awesomeness. But very, very nice face sculpt. All the wrinkles and such on his vest, very nicely well done. Same with the pants and the detailing, the boots, weapons. everything just from head to toe. This figure screams amazing detail. No complaints whatsoever as far as paint and detail goes. Now next would be articulation. He can turn his head, except it's kind of limited because of the collar here, but he can turn his head left and he can turn it right. So he can go left and right. He can look down a little bit of a ways, and then he can look up about that far, not too much, but a very nice range of motion in the head. You can get some tilts. You can tilt it as well, of course, since it's on a ball joint, I believe, or peg joint. I don't know. Should take his gun out of his hands again. I just have him posed this way. I can just do that. Both arms have the same range of movement. You can scoot the arms out that way, of course, and back down. You can move them forward and backward. Elbows, kind of hindered because of the way the vest mold is, but very nice elbow joint whatsoever. And then, of course, a wrist joint. You can tilt his wrist forward. You can bend them back, side to side. I think they are on a ball joint, so you can get all that kinds of nice range of movement here. Back to the head articulation, you do want to be careful when moving this guy around. You don't want to like move or bend the stogie in his mouth too much, because I'd imagine that would the plastic would get weak and probably break over time. So you do want to be very careful of that. You do not want to lose that stogie on this figure. I don't think Arnold would be happy. So his waist joint here, he can go side to side. Not too much of an ab crunch, but a little bit of an ab crunch. Legs, you can get moved out that far. And of course, back. Again, just because of the camo pants and everything, they are kind of limited of range. But overall, not bad. Knees are not double jointed, but you can get a good range of motion out of them there. Bend them about that far backward and pretty much straighten the leg out. And for his ankles, right at, not really the ankle, but this part of the boot right along here is where the joint is. So you can scoot that joint, left or right. You can give it a little bit of a tilt, pivot, and everything like that. And you can kind of push them forward, up like that. And then, of course, you can move them backward like so. So overall, a very, very nice range of movement on this figure. No problem whatsoever about basic, G.I. Joe Army articulation guy. I don't know. But that's it for articulation. Now we will go on to accessories. Now all of his accessories are on him. Of course, you have his very nice fully automatic M16. I don't really know my guns all that well, but very nice machine gun there in his hand with the grenade launcher. So you got that you can have him hold, or the strap, you can kind of loop it over his shoulder if you want. And then what unclips here, you have his, it's kind of hard to get out. Again, I don't mess with these guys all that much, so all his weapons literally have been inside their carrying cases. But you also have this very nice little pistol. And on this side, you have this small, type of survival knife. Very nicely well painted and detailed. And then you have the bigger knife machete that goes down here on his side of his shin here. This is the knife that he threw at the one gorilla in the movie and said, "Stick around." So, very nice that they included one of these. Very nicely detailed and sculpted. But those are about all the accessories he comes with. I mean, this Arnold is geared up. He is ready to go to war with guerrillas, with terrorists, with whoever it may be that you have in your collection that you want him to tackle. Of course, he is on the Predator shelf with all my other Predators. He doesn't really fight them. They kind of join forces. I don't know. I'm just talking out my butt now. But anyway, all that's left now is scaling, which you guys have pretty much seen him scaled up with all the other Predators that I've done reviews on. But just for the hell of it, I just brought the Elder out. So here he is, of course, sized up with an Elder Predator. Very nicely well sizing. You know, predators are a little bit more bigger than humans, so this sizes up very nice and very well. And I imagine he will size up well with other G.I. Joe human type figures that are in that kind of scale. I keep forgetting how tall he is. I know the Predators are 7 inches tall or something like that, so I think Arnold is six inches tall or 5.5 inches tall. I can't remember how tall this figure is, but you know, somewhere in there he'll probably fit in well with other G.I. Joe and Army men like characters in that scale. But other than that, great figure. In my opinion, the ultimate Arnold Schwarzenegger figure. I mean, of course, it can't compete with Hot Toys. I don't own any of the Arnold Schwarzenegger Hot Toys figures, but I can only imagine that those are almost just as awesome, probably better. But in my opinion, if you want something that is really, affordable, you're an Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, and you just want that one figure, but without kind of breaking the bank, this guy is getting a little bit more expensive, like I said. But uh, for a fan like me, this is the best Arnold Schwarzenegger figure that there is, bar none. But anyway, you guys, that is my review on the NECA Jungle Extraction Dutch figure. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like always, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video review. Thank you for watching.